All right. Hello out there. So this is the back of my 8 puzzle pieces, and you're going to receive these plastic sleeves to put your cards into. However, look how small these plastic sleeves are compared to the puzzle pieces. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to trim them, but I'm going to cut off the bottom of this row and the top of this row. Because if I take this and then cut off this part, then I'm going to lose the puzzle making ability there. So place this like this, and I'm going to take this card, because I know this is the right size, and then I'm going to take this marker and do this. Just look on the back to make sure. Yep, I'm not going to cut anything off there. Now you can decide, like notice I didn't make it perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be good enough so that I can see where to cut it. The other thing that I want you to be aware of is if you cut it like this, see, I'm going to cut off my initials there, but that's fine. Yep, cutting, what is that, about a 1/2 inch? Cutting a 1/2 inch off the bottom, and not a 1/2 inch off the top, only like whatever length this is, 1/8 of an inch. It's not a 1/2 of an inch, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to need to cut off anything off the height, but I'll see once I finish doing this. So really good job, really good job today with making it's upside down. It doesn't matter. As long as you're not cutting off the, shapes. All right, let me pause it, and I'm gonna cut these. Right, so now I have cut these down. Let's see how well they fit here. Oh, I guess I should pay attention to this side, because I didn't Mod Podge the back, I just glued it on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I have a bunch of these. These are plastic sleeves, and these are what these are going to go into. Oh, but you know what? What is it? What is it your teacher always says? Make sure your name and number's on it. Because look, if this falls on the floor, how are we going to know who it belongs to? So I know I said put your initials, but I think it makes the most sense to put your name and initials on it. So all right, I'll do that. So here we are. All of the cards have been bagged, trimmed to the right size and bagged, and name and number, or number and initials are on it. So now I want to show you how to make a match. So these two, N and A, would be a match if you're playing this game, because what you can do is this has 4 90-degree corners, that has 4 90-degree corners. So yeah, a rectangle. So if these are flipped over and you flip one over and someone plays this card, the A, you can play the N off of the A, like that, or you could rotate it this way, up to you. And then, so this one, let me zoom in. So this quadrilateral does not, I don't think these two lines are parallel. So you could not play a B off of that because that's a parallelogram. So what could you play off of that one? Probably the O. This O is a quadrilateral, right? Now the K, that's the parallelogram. So if you wanted to play the B off of the K, you could, right? All right, so that's some examples of how you can play this. Obviously, the more cards you have, the better. So if it's you and one teammate, I don't know, teammate, opponent, competitor, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's how you play it. Mix it up. What's that? Okay, square, parallelogram. So rectangle will work though, even though it's not a square. So yeah, that's the basic idea. Cool. Aloha.